Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
How are you
sorry
feeling?
about that. I'm not used to Zoom as much as I should be.
No problem. How's your day going so far?
Um, it's going decent.
Just decent on a Father's Day?
So my dad lives in Japan. So
Okay,
like
okay.
I'm by myself out here, so it's all cool.
Yeah, what state are you calling me from?
Wyoming.
Wyoming. Okay, cool. What, so are you originally from Japan then? Or how's this work?
No, I'm from the US.
Okay,
My dad's living in Japan.
okay, very cool. All right, gotcha. So today's premise of today's call is really simple. It's all about you. I just want to find out more about you, where you're at with your online fitness business, where you want to be, maybe some challenges that you're facing. And by the end of this phone call, I'm gonna try to provide you some guidance, some clarity. And at the end of the call, if we feel like, yeah, this is a great fit, we'll talk about it. If not, we'll part ways as friends and I'll send you some resources. Cool.
Cool.
All right, my friend. So right now the floor is yours. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where we're at, what we do for a living, all that stuff.
So I I kind of wanted to go into personal training mostly because like myself, like I'm working on myself.
Okay.
And I also was interested in like how like kinesiology works and different exercises and understanding like dieting and nutrition and stuff like that. And a big part of why I wanted to get into personal training was because like my father, he has a heart condition as of recently, and he doesn't take good care of himself. And then the added effect of like dealing with like the obesity crisis in the States. So I was just like, if I could just make a little, put a dent in that issue, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. So it sounds like you are really huge about, hey, I want to help pops out. I want to solve these problems. And I also want to create massive impact and reduce this obesity issue. Is that right?
yes.
Beautiful. Now, what do we currently do? Like, what do you do for a living? Like, what do we do right now?
So currently I'm in college.
Okay.
Um, I like the only time I actually work is like during vacation, like summer vacation or whatever. And that's when I really wanted to take the opportunity to get my personal trainer certification. And then from there, I wanted to work with this company to build up on getting more clients and getting more involved with what I wanted to do.
Yeah, 100%. So we actually solve a problem for you. We can actually get you certified for the online space. So you can actually get certified and build your business as you go versus just waiting to get certified, then building your business. So if we're talking about
Oh,
being, yeah, we want to be efficient, right?
I didn't know that. I thought it was just like a company that helps supplement to help build the client base. I wasn't sure. So
Yeah, you're gonna be in for a pleasant surprise. So we're gonna show you step by step because we do offer an optional certification. Is equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. So if you're really wanting to dial in on more specifically the online platform, that's going to save us a lot of time. And the reason I'm telling you this is I've been a master level trainer for over 15 years. So I've done in person, I've done online, I've done hybrid where I'm doing it in person and online. A lot of people will still have in-person clients because maybe that's something they really want to do. But if your goal is to maximize time, spread much more impact, and have the ability to work from anywhere, online is going to be your bread and butter.
yeah, online is definitely my number one, actually.
Beautiful.
uh
So
um
I want to give you some context behind that. So online or in-person trainers on average, they're making about 40K a year. Okay. So just your average trainer. Now the average online coach through NLCA is making over 77,000 per year. So do you
Nice.
see like how much more upward trend we can actually create that more that dent that you mentioned? So we'll actually help you with that. Okay. Now,
Nice.
right now, are you currently are you on your summer vacation job right now, or what does this look like?
No, I'm actually still in school. So
Oh,
my college is like every season.
oh,
So yeah, it's a nightmare. Trust and believe me. Actually, the shortest vacation I have is literally the weekend, which is the end of June, which is like July 1st and July 2nd are my only two vacation days in between spring and fall. And then my summer vacation is like I think the whole month of August into mid-September.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's like the longest vacation I have, and that's when I take like the most opportunity. But I want to start trying to get my certification in July and like trying to like shove that in with my summer classes
Yeah.
as best I can. Because I definitely want to start personal training like maybe in August or September and start doing what I can like ASAP.
Yeah, 100%. So let me ask you this. If we could dictate, let's say 10 to 20 hours per week, do you feel like you could manage that with your school schedule?
Oh yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Because at the same time, I'm also in an IT class. So,
Okay. So cool. If we can dictate that 10 to 20 hours per week, we're in a solid spot because you're not just doing this by yourself. You're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach that has gone through multiple, like the 10K accelerator and the master level. So they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own, and they're there to guide you, ensure you're reaching those targets as well. Okay. So I like the fact that you're ready to go. You want to get going. The thing I would encourage you to do is if we can dictate the 10 to 20 hours, why are we waiting till July or August or September when we can actually get going
um,
now and build that solid foundation?
so the reasoning why is because of money. So
Okay.
I get money from school, and then that's what I use to pay for like other classes and my living. And that's why. So that's why I was like, oh, July. And I don't know if they told you, because I know like the chat was like very like limited. It was like only random messages. But that was like because somebody had asked me that. I think it was Chad that asked me that, like, why are you waiting till July? And I was like, well, because I don't have any money until July. And that's when I want to be like, oh, I'm definitely in it for sure in July. So I don't
Yeah.
want to like be like, oh, because if it was like now and I had money, I'd be like, oh, not even a question. Like I'm
Yeah.
already
For
on
sure.
it. Because if there is an opportunity and I have the ability to reach the opportunity and hone in on it, not even no hesitation whatsoever. I'd be like, hey, walk me through this, and I'm already with you. Trust and believe me.
Yeah, 100%. So let me ask you a little bit about that because I love that your transparency. Love that. And I love that you're fully invested. You want to make that big old dent in society, right? So as far as the school thing goes, finances are the easiest thing for me to work around. Okay. So typically with your school stipend, like, is there a specific amount you get per month or how does it work? Kind of walk me through that.
So it's like for summers once a semester, and then like the rest of the semesters is twice a semester, and I get around like 2 grand or 2,200.
Okay, cool.
And so I also like work part-time during my vacation to get extra money on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the August to September, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I get you. I get you. I'm following you. Okay. Now let me ask you this. At the end of this presentation, you're going to be like, if you're like, man, this is everything that I need to be massively successful and make my impact, and I can figure out something that makes sense for you financially, would you be open to getting resourceful and making that
Oh,
happen?
so mind you, this is actually things that I want. There was like because also saw the video that they sent me where it was just like, thank goodness, like they're thinking logically because there's so many companies are like, yeah, we're just gonna shove you in with a whole bunch of followers. And I'm like, followers are followers, but they don't account for actual clients. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I like the idea of like, you got to build the business before you build the presence, you know what I mean? And my social media isn't like currently targeting towards getting clients because I'm not certified. I'm not trying to get it's just like, hey, these are products I use and these are things I do, but it's not something that it's like targeting for clients. It's just like, hey, if I like it, you might like it too type thing. And
Yes.
so I want to like do like right now with the classes that I have right now, I want this semester to be over because it has been way too much for me in
Yeah.
terms of like school, like the major projects, and then we have the final exams, and final exams are in like I want to say next week. So that's always great. And so I have a current project plus another project that my teacher is assigning me, plus final exams. And so I want to wait until the semester is over so I can fully focus more, because the workload would be way less in the summer semester, because it's the shortest semester, is the less chaotic semester. And but I was trying to get ahead of myself so I can get the information that I need before the semester is over.
Makes 100% sense. I'm with you. I follow you. I trail. Cool. Now, as far as what do we feel like online training will get us? Are we looking for more financial stability, more flexibility in schedule? What are we really looking for?
Um, for online training, I, to be honest, like when it comes to like doing any schooling, I prefer it online.
Mhm.
Like that's like where I live, is like I'm technology freak. So like I live online, like for the most part. I do go outside, don't worry. I do
Right,
get my exercise outside,
for
but
sure.
I naturally just stay indoors. So like even my school is online, even like all my interactions are online.
Sure.
So
No, I get that. So what I'm asking for is the deep intrinsic reason as to what you feel like online training is going to give you as an individual. Like, that's why I said, are we looking for more financial freedom? Are we looking for more time and flexibility? What is it that you want to achieve through online coaching?
the time and flexibility is the number one for sure.
Cool. All right. Now, as far as a financial goal, what are we looking to make a month to feel comfortable?
To be honest, it's kind of complicated because like for me, doing personal training is more of like a passion more than a monetary thing.
Sure.
And so like I would say a ceiling for me would probably be 2,000.
Okay. So 2K to start off. Okay. So let me give you some context behind that.
Mhm.
Industry averages for online training is anywhere between 250 on the very low end up to 500 per month on the upper end. Okay. So let's
Okay,
say,
I didn't know. I'm talking about in general if I had a mass amount of clients. Not
yeah,
if not not per person, not per, you know what I mean? Like if I had 50 clients, that would be a ceiling. If I had one client, like like 150 would be a ceiling. Like it's
okay,
not major to me. I
sure.
don't know how it goes with personal training and how they charge prices. I'm just guessing. Because mind
Yeah.
you, I've lived out here, everything's low cost, everything's cheap. And this is me moving from living in Manhattan. So I don't understand how things work.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking for mass. You know
No,
what
I
I
totally
mean?
get that. Yeah, I'm just giving you some context on what you could expect because obviously, if you're working in your passion and you're serving others, the financial opportunities are going to come with it, right? So I just want you to be
Yeah.
aware of how you can make a really good living doing something you love versus doing something that you're just okay with, right?
Yeah.
So think, say for instance, if you were charging the bare minimum of let's just say 300 per month, and let's just say you had 20 clients, right there, that's 6K a month, right? So that's that's 4,000 more dollars than what your current goal was of the 2,000. So think
Mm.
about that, 6,000 a month times 12, 72,000 a year, which is really good. It's comfortable living, right?
Yeah.
Now, to give you some context behind that, the average student in our program, so 73% of our students get their client in month one. On average, it takes them just 1 week to do so. So the individuals that get their first client in month one, by the end of month four, are averaging over 8K per month, which is 96,000 per year around. Okay. Now, the individuals that don't get their first client in month one, but by the end of month four, are averaging 6,500. So just to be a basic mediocre individual, you'd expect to make 6,500 up to 8K, which is still really good earning potential just to do the bare basics, right? Does that give you a little
Okay.
bit of context and a little bit more confidence on what to
Yeah,
expect?
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's beyond what I expect, but I do like it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Well, outside of finances that you mentioned, what do you think would be the biggest challenge to get this thing up and running and making this more of a reality for you?
My ADHD.
Sure.
That's it. That's literally it. I
So,
um I try, like, the thing is, it's so strange because if I'm in a school, if I'm in like a school outside of college, I am more focused, like with my IT class, I'm more focused on that and I'll spend hours taking notes because for me to learn, I have to take notes. Like I
Yeah,
have to write things down. And then it's like, so when I get an exam, it's like I wrote it down, so I've seen it before and I can see it in front of me type thing. But um I do have ADHD and
sure.
sometimes it's like it'll feel like a big project and then I'm like I gotta take a break from it so I can refocus again.
Do you feel that if you had additional support and like an extra community kind of guide you'd help you, that would help solve that problem of feeling like it's over?
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so we actually provide like a private Facebook group as well once you decide to join. And this is a great place to network with other coaches, people that may be further along in the program. I used to use it a ton. I used to like write a question in there and get answers from like multitude of different coaches to get different perspectives. You'd also have 24/5 tech support as well. So with your coach, you ask them questions 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're contractually obligated to answer all of your questions. So again, you're not going through this alone. There's a lot of hand holding, right? In a good way. So we want to make sure that you're successful no matter what barrier you have, whether that's financial, whether that's focusing, whether that's mindset. We solve all those problems for you step by step. So you're not in it alone. Okay.
Nice.
Outside of that, I know that you had mentioned you've done a little bit of research through us. What else have we tried to make this thing more of a reality?
Wait, repeat the question.
Yeah, sure. So like outside of like you kind of figuring out who we are, right? You've done a little bit of research on us. What else have you done to try to actually make this thing become more of a reality as in starting your online coaching business? Or is this our first steps?
This is like you guys are like kind of like my first steps aside from like the going into researching personal training programs.
Yeah,
Um, because I was looking at, actually that's kind of how you kind of slipped into my Facebook, my Instagram stream, is because I was looking at like personal training programs and then I saw this program and I was like, this would be a great like next step. But hearing that you guys already have a personal training program, it's the whole cake. It's the whole cake. So I'm like hyped for it. Like, you know what I mean?
awesome.
I kind of like that because it's like a streamline to what I want. Like, you know what I mean? I need to, because I on the side, like I take classes in college for like, kinesiology and physical education and stuff like that. So it's like I also study online certain parts of like kinesiology, understanding things like, what's fitness myths and stuff like that. Like when people say, "Oh, you should drink apple cider vinegar," and I'm like, "Oh no, 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 no."
Now, what is your degree going to be in?
On Japanese.
Japanese. So, and as far as like, what are you going to school for though, specifically?
Like my major is Japanese, and then the other school I'm in is for IT certification, and then on the side I wanted to get my personal training certification.
Okay, cool. Got you. Well-rounded individual. I love it. Now, as far as what do you feel like you need from like a business coach or a mentorship to feel successful?
The guidance is the biggest thing because there are times where my mind will seem like it catches things, and then like the moment we have a conversation, it'll be like, um, that's not what it was talking about at all.
For sure.
um, I I also like will feel like, how people take quizzes and they're like, oh, I got all the right answers, and then they fail. That's me when I study sometimes because I'll be like, oh, I'm thinking I'm understanding it. And then when the exam comes or when there's like certain things that I need to explain, I'm like, I don't think I got that right.
Yeah,
So
100%.
my understanding and communication is a big issue. And so I need to, the hand holding thing, understandable. I kind of need that. The support is like the biggest thing for me to succeed.
I love that. Cool. So kind of like us mentioned earlier, you're going to have that hand holding, you're going to have that additional community. And that's what those extra groups are for. So you can make sure all of your questions are being answered and that you have that consistent guidance throughout the whole entire time. So whether you're on a game planning call or not, it could be a random thought like, hey, this is where I'm kind of thinking, am I in the right direction? Do I need to go somewhere else? They'll give you those resources for that as well. As far as what do you feel like you'd want your life to look like in the next 4 to 6 months, different than where it's at now?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I'll still be in college, so um, I want to be able to have the
Sure,
flexibility to
100%.
be able to do college and personal training.
Yeah, for sure. Continue your education and go after your passion, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to do a quick recap. You're going to test me on my skills. All right. You're going to give me an A to an F. All right. So kind of a
Okay.
rundown right now. We're in college. Your major is Japanese, but you're also studying some kinesiology, some physical education. You're also getting your IT degree. Right now, you're still in college full time, but you work part time, usually from August to September for that really brief time because you're in school year round, essentially. Our goal is to get about 2K to start off and then kind of just see where it goes from there. Hopefully scale up, past that. Right now, you're doing this because mainly you want time, you want flexibility back, but you also want to create impact for those that you love, such as your father, and helping solve those obesity issues. As far as the challenges right now, it's just total finances. We don't work right now. We're limited on the funds that we have from school. You said you typically get around about $2,000. And also, again, you work part-time when you're out of school for that week to week and a half. What we've tried is this is our first steps outside of researching what personal training really entails. What you need is guidance, a step-by-step plan. You're huge on support and you're looking for clear communication styles. And in the next 4 to 6 months, we'd still be in college, but we're going to be flexible to where we can still pursue our education, but also start a solid foundation within our business. How did I do?
20 out of 10.
Let's go.
A plus.
Let's
A.
go. I'm nice with it. All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna go over like a high level of what we have to offer, and then we'll deep dive into the modules. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Let me know when you can see my screen and we'll party.
I can see it.
Beautiful. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. We're actually accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a quality rating of an A out of a possible A plus, and we are backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world: ACE, NASM, and ISSA. Okay. On the success tier, we've got 2 different options. We've got 10K Accelerator. We've got Mastery Level Coaching. Now, 10K Accelerator is going to be ideal for an individual such as yourself, someone who's looking to get certified, wants to create some impact on the online platform, and the information this course can give us from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 months, if so desired. Okay. Mastery level is when we're starting to hit 10K a month on a regular basis. We're slowly starting to build up as our main goal is to get to 100K per month, step away from kind of the coaching aspect and become more of a CEO of our own business. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So where we're currently at, we're really going to focus on the 10K Accelerator. Would you agree?
Yep.
Beautiful. Now, the 10K Accelerator program is really broken down into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do, get your first couple clients right out the gate. We can't consider ourselves an actual business without paying clients. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We'll teach you how to generate leads organically utilizing AI software to make it more efficient. We'll develop sales and retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, you're going to have this assigned one-on-one coach I talked about earlier. This is someone that completed both 10K and mastery level. So they have a 6 or 7 figure business built off of our information. They're battle tested. You will have a call with that individual to review where you want to get to and the most efficient way to get there. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks, very similar to this, to revisit the game plan, make any necessary changes, receive feedback, and get very specific instructions on what you need to execute on. So all about communication there. Then you're also going to be introduced to a sales coach. This is going to be an individual to help you maximize your sales potential, really teach you the psychology of sales, and again, how to close down these leads at a 40% clip or greater. Then 5 times weekly group support calls that accommodate your school schedule. So this would go over client objection handling, client delivery, mindset issues, lead generation, marketing, you name it, we'll deep dive into it. And then you'll have 24/5 tech support as mentioned earlier, so you can text that coach as much as you'd like. Now, becoming a fitness entrepreneur is exciting, but it's overwhelming at times. So we have created what we call the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls, breath work, meditation sessions, even journaling to ensure you're in a good headspace no matter what point of business you're at. Okay. As far as the resources, you'll have the course curriculum. You'll have that Zenpreneur method we got done discussing. We'll even give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific enhancements. And we've also added that additional online coach certification at no additional charge. So that is part of the program. Okay. Any questions on that so far?
No, actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty straightforward.
Beautiful. Now, this is the secret sauce to get you from 0 to 10K. 4 phases. Okay. So phase 1, act first. What does that mean? We're going to launch our business. We're going to announce to the world who we are and what we're about. We're going to utilize very specific strategies to get you your first couple clients within that first week to 2.5 weeks. Okay. Phase 2, we're going to set up all your business stuff. We're going to make sure you're a legal company. Then we're going to figure out what problem you solve for individuals. Based upon that information, we can then create our offer and pricing. These first 2 phases will be done within that first month to month and a half. The remaining time will be in phase 3 and phase 4. So phase 3, developing consistency. We're going to teach you organic marketing strategies to really amplify your message on who you're trying to reach. We're going to show you how to utilize AI software to make this a lot more efficient. We'll also teach you how to generate more leads with NLCA's community lead generation method. We use WhatsApp group for that. And we'll also teach you basic sales funnel creations to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is like the fine tuning of everything. We're going to teach you the #1 skill you'll ever learn, which is sales. Okay, so we're going to show you how to maximize your sales capabilities. We're going to teach you consistent client delivery systems, but we'll also have an emphasis on customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time. Any questions on that?
No, pretty good. Um,
Beautiful. You're making my job easy, my friend.
listen,
next
I'm
is
with
the
you. I
market.
am
Go
with
ahead.
you. I just have a question.
Yes.
Where does the certification class, like, is it separate from the starting of launching the program?
No,
I'm
so
sorry,
this will we'll actually throw in the optional certification. So I want you to think of that as kind of like your school schedule, right? So right now you're going to school, you don't just have one class you're studying for, you have multiple, right? So how I would frame this is I'd probably want you to spend maybe 30 to 45 minutes a day on just the certification aspect, and then spend maybe an hour on the actual business. So you're doing both at the same time. We're growing our business while getting certified. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's how we're going to do it. Okay. So there's going to be a total of 32 modules. Each module will have an overview link that you can read. It'll also be associated with videos. Both the overview link and the videos are tutorial style. So they're step-by-step dummy proof. Like if I did it, I know you can do it. Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of like having the answers to a college test highlighted in circled red, right? That's how easy this is. Okay. So your first step to becoming a full-time coach, I mentioned this earlier, we're going to utilize very specific strategies to get you your first couple clients. The cool thing is the resources we provide, the majority of them are already done for you. Now the 10K accelerator is kind of like the school syllabus. It's going to show you how to maximize the program to its fullest capacity, really show you the ins and outs. The 10K roadmap is going to be broken down into 2 phases. What do we need to do to get from 0 to 5K? What do we need to get from 5 to 10K? So again, step by step. Lifestyle and mindset module. Based upon your specific goals, we want to create daily habits and routines to ensure that we're in a good headspace to move forward with our business. Top 10 struggles that you'll face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we've also provided solutions behind that as well. So there's zero guesswork on how to overcome those obstacles. Administrations and Chat GPT is where things get interesting. Have you heard of Chat GPT?
Yes.
Yeah, like Google on steroids, right? High power virtual
Yeah.
assistant. So we're going to really show you how to maximize this capability. It's great for creating different content creation ideas, really good for nutrition and programming, even for free resources as well. Again, it's all about efficiency. And then we'll set up your backend system. So Waiver, Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform, Calendly to book calls. We even have an app that you can utilize to load all of your programming, all of your nutrition into one spot to make it more organized and convenient for your clients. Same thing for your financial systems. We're going to help you set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, when to open up a business bank account, how to track what's coming in and what's coming out of your business, how to pay quarterly taxes, how to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs, business liability insurance, the whole 9 there. Now, the cool thing about this is if you were to set up your LLC the traditional way, it takes 2 to 3 weeks, right? We're partnered with an AI company called Taylor Brands. This takes 2 to 3 minutes. So it's all
Oh,
about
wow.
convenience.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And it's all legalized through a lawyer. So we can really spend more time focusing on building our business versus waiting for things to come in. Okay. Target setting, we're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We're going to deep dive into your very specific goals. Then we're going to identify what problem you solve for individuals. Based upon that, create our offer and pricing. It's going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program. The more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer. That'll also be established upon your overall length of term. So we'll help the structure of your pricing as well. Then we move into organic marketing. We're going to show you different ways to really expand your message to individuals without having to come out of pocket for it. Even more so, we're going to show you how to utilize AI software to do 1 hour's worth of work and get 14 different pieces of content created out of that 1 hour. So again, efficiency, okay? We'll show you how to set up podcasts and YouTube. We want to expand your reach. We want people to know who you are, what you're about, and then we'll show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So it's more than just randomly posting, very specific resources and strategies that we like to implement for each platform to really maximize their full potential, okay? Next, we'll move into content creation made easy. We're going to introduce you to Canva, Canva Pro, and Microsoft Designer. This is like an editing feature to make your page look more aesthetically pleasing, more organized. It's really good for branding as well. So we'll show you how to do that. Then we'll move into the 10K lead generation framework. The first of which is what we call earned media. I want you to think of this as like inbound marketing or people coming specifically to you. So we'll show you different strategies and resources to bring more people to you. An example of this is cross-pollination. Example of that, maybe you're partnering with another coach. Their audience gets to see who you are, your audience gets to see who they are. So we expand our overall reach. You're generating more followers, free resources. How many times have we all clicked on something like, hey, click here for the free resource or the free workout of the week? Great way to get people's trust. And then the one that I really love is a scholarship strategy, okay? So now that we have all these set up, we're gonna show you why it's important to set up a WhatsApp group, who it's gonna benefit, and who we're gonna target, okay? Which will lead us into our next one. So the next one outside of this, the opposite would be called conversation and calls or outbound marketing. This is when you're reaching out to individuals first, okay? So we'll show you specific scripts, we'll give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, we're gonna show you where to find all these leads on all three platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships. Now that they're funneled through that WhatsApp group, they have the opportunity to talk to some of the clients you already serve. So some of your clients will be able to kind of add on additional information on who you are, what you're about, and all the amazing testimonials that you provided. So by the time they get on that sales call, they feel like there's a lot more comfort built up and there's more trust. And this way we also can develop more of a nurturing one-on-one relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Beautiful. From there, we move into referral strategy, the easiest way to grow your business, friends, families, coworkers, talking about how dope you are. So we'll show you different incentives to get people to want to give you more referrals without actually having to ask. Now, if you're going to be an entrepreneur or any type of coach, you got to be good at sales. You got to learn to love it. We're going to show you how to maximize your sales capabilities, set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet greet, 10 to 15-minute phone call to figure out if you really want to work with that individual and if you can actually solve their problem, which will lead us into our closing call. So we're trying to lock down that lead, try to turn them into a client. So we'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be massive for you, creating financing options for people who normally couldn't afford it. And again, how to lock them in once and for all. Once we lock them in, we want to go back and we want to track all this. We want to see how many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed, at what length of term and price. So we'll give you resources for this, so make sure you can track this adequately. And then objection handling. This is all of the excuses you're going to hear from people time and time again. We'll give you over 30 different examples on how to really get over these objections. So the more familiarized we are with these, the easier it is for you to kind of go over it with your client, why your program is so important to start immediately. From there, we can move into the onboarding process, probably the most overlooked area by trainers. This is someone's first 30 days in your program. This will make or break if someone wants to continue to work with you. How can we make this special and memorable? This is where standards and expectations are created. So we want to make sure we're getting them a resource in their hands within that first 24 to 48 hours while you're building out their program. Client delivery, the fun stuff. Week-to-week process and how you deliver services. But how can we do this more efficiently? Utilizing ChatGPT, again, for resources, creating different workouts and nutritional guidelines. And then no matter how good of a trainer you are or a coach, this is inevitable. Someone's going to ghost you. Someone's going to quit. Someone's not going to listen. Oftentimes, though, the reason this is happening is because they feel like they're missing something. They want to feel like they're a part of a larger community. Some of them want more individual touch points with you. Some of them want challenges and different resources. So we'll provide you strategies to get them to want to execute at a higher level more consistently. Okay. Then lastly, I don't want to skip customer support. Customer support, the not so fun side of things, cancellations, refund requests. How do we handle it? How do we track it? How do we mitigate it for the upcoming months? And then lastly, we'll move into client retention, how to keep people happy for longer periods of time, advance into the next levels of your programming. So we'll teach you strategies behind that and how to track it. Quick recap, and we'll answer all of your questions. Cool, my friend?
Yeah.
All right. Program itself is 4 months long. You have your customer game planning call. You're gonna have that one-on-one coaching the entire enrollment period. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks, one-on-one coaching sales calls as well, Facebook community and CEO trainings, 5 times a week group support calls, 24/5 tech support, the optional certification, and the business course curriculum. Anything you feel like we're missing here?
Repeat that.
Do you feel like there's anything we're missing here?
No.
We like it, we love it, we hate it, what we
Yes,
think.
yes.
Love it. Is this
Love it.
Is this in a complete alignment with what you're looking for?
Yes. Because there's a lot of part of the oh my gosh, my English. There's a lot of the program that I like really wanted to get in depth with understanding like the financial aspect. Like you brought up how like, doing the LLC and doing the quarterly taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is something that's like kind of new to me. Because obviously you're getting paid like directly and stuff like that, so it's not like getting paid from like an employer where they automatically take it out. And I had always wondered like, how do you pay those taxes? I thought you would pay it like, during tax season. So it's good to know like you delve into that aspect. Also the fact that, like, how to approach and acquire clients like directly to those people, because mostly I am a shut-in, so my people skills really suck a lot.
We'll improve those. Don't worry about it.
So this is really interesting to me.
Did you get a chance to check out any testimonials?
No.
Okay, I'm going to show you 2 different ones from 2 different ends of the spectrum. Okay. So first one I'm going to share with you is Charlotte. This is Charlotte. She's what I'd call a top 10 percenter. She was previously an in-person trainer making about $40K a year. She wanted to get out of that thing. She knew that there was much more on the table that she was leaving behind. She joined our program. After 6 months, she contracted over 200K. Now she's a CEO making 70K a month. So she has this whole massive empire, right? So great for her. She's killing it. Now on the opposite of the spectrum, you've got Karina. She was only making about 2K a month. Her goal was she wanted to travel, spend more time with her family. First tattoo indicates when she started in LCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. After 6 months, she was consistently collecting 10 to 12K a month on a regular basis. She's now making 15K a month, working 35 hours a week. The reason why I showed you her, obviously right now the school is providing us about 2,000. I know family's a huge thing for you. So that's why I shared that one with you as well. The reason why I showed you Charlotte, was because I know you were kind of thinking about, being an in-person trainer. So I want to show you some context on the differences of why some trainers get out of that to go online. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, I'm all about the online for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool,
for
cool.
sure.
All right. Now I'm going to show you a couple of averages really quick. I mentioned this one earlier. 73% of our students send their client in month 1. On average, it takes them 1 week to do so. Now, this is pretty cool. Of the students who hit a 10K a month, it takes them on average just 13 weeks. So just over 90 days, we could be in a completely different tax bracket if we really lock down and pay attention and move with intention, right? And the students who stay with us 12 months have 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals with 97 clients are averaging $366,000 per year. Okay. So obviously, if you have 97 clients, we're talking about kind of moving more into that mastery level. That's what we'll teach you how to either run ads, bring on a DMer, how to lead leaders, kind of bring on an assistant coach so you're not feeling overwhelmed. Okay. If you're a one-woman show, you can expect to average anywhere between 30 to 55 clients by yourself without feeling overwhelmed. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
And then our students are grading the program a 4.5 out of 5 on average, which means they're getting massive results for their respectful businesses. Any questions on that?
No.
Cool. All right. Did you get a chance to hear about the 3 times your investment guarantee?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, so
maybe I heard of it, and then I just I was like in school and I didn't even. I'm so sorry. I haven't.
No, you're good. You're good. That's what these calls are for. So some companies will have a money back guarantee, right? We have, you will 3 times the amount you invest or you get 100% guarantee back. Okay. So what that means is you attend your game planning call, which is pretty standard, attend all of your one-on-one coaching calls, which is only 2 per month, 1 group support call each week, got to run a scholarship in the first 90 days, can't spend longer than 2 weeks on your optional certification, charge at least the bare minimum of $250 per client for services or more, okay, and no late payments. If you do all of that and just show up and do the work as we're telling you to and following exactly as we have laid out, we're guaranteeing you will 3 times the amount that you invest in, or you get 100% refund back.
Okay.
Does that give you a little
You said I'll owe 3 times the
bit
amount?
more confidence? No, you'll gain 3 times the amount. Otherwise, you get
Okay,
full.
okay, I get what you're saying. Cause I was like, the
Yeah.
Zoom is like in and out with you, and I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
no,
I
I
can hear
apologize.
you, it's just a delay.
Okay, I get you. I get you. Does that make you feel more confident though?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the investment portion. What's this going to cost us? What are we looking at? Okay. There'll be a payment plan or there'll be a paid in full option. Payment plan just means we put a down payment on it. We spread the rest out over a certain amount of term. Okay.
Okay.
Paid full just means we pay the whole thing up front. We save a significant amount of money. Now, no matter where you're at financially, we have extended payment plans and we have financing options as well to get you in the door. If this is something you
Okay.
truly feel like is ideal for you. Now, after
Oh,
seeing everything, do you feel like this checks off all the boxes that you're looking for?
oh yeah, for sure. For
Yep.
sure.
Are you pretty confident that you'd be able to follow through and execute with the additional support and guidance we have?
Yes. It's because there's the support and guidance.
100%. So are we ready to commit to this thing?
Yeah. What do you want? Like, do you want me to give you a date for when I can start?
No, I'm actually just going to go over the payment real quick and then we can kind of talk about that afterwards. Is that cool?
Okay, yeah.
All right. What's this thing going to cost us? Okay. Only
Mhm.
$100,000 in your left kidney.
Oh my God.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, there's a payment plan of 7,000. There's a paid in full option of 6,200 that saves you $800. Out of those two, which do you think works best for you?
The payment plan.
Yeah, that's what the majority of individuals do. Okay. So let me kind of go over some things with you. Okay. So you're very transparent as far as where we're at financially. Okay. So let me start in reverse. We're going to show you like what it would be as if you weren't using any financing, and then we'll move backwards. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to just put down a normal down payment, the average price that someone put down would be about 2,300. Okay, that takes down that 7,000 down to 4,700. You divide that over 4 months, that monthly payment would be 1,175, which is equivalent to you needing about 3 to 5 clients. Okay, do you feel like that's doable for you?
It's kind of a little over.
Cool, no problem. So now let's kind of take a step back. Let's pause for a second. Okay, all right. Kind of give me a deeper reason as to what you feel like when we talked about earlier, but what do you feel like online training is really going to do for you specifically?
Well, I feel like it would be beneficial to aim towards my goals. In terms of like learning, it's easier, especially with the guidance and the support. Um, feel like I can do more with like push through the course faster with online learning rather than in person where it's like more you have to come in this day at this time or whatever, where online is like I can do more than one thing and not just sit and wait around.
Yeah, 100%. So do you feel like if we found a way to get resourceful and get you started sooner than later, you'd have the opportunity to actually build a solid foundation? You wouldn't have to worry about finances and you could become that 2.0 version you've been looking to become?
If I didn't have to wait for like any finances or anything, if finances weren't an issue, I'd jump right into it.
Yeah, 100%. I love to hear that. Now, I'm going to kind of go over an option I think will help save you some money, and it might be able to get us actually started a lot sooner than what you think. Are you open to hearing about that?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So what we are partnered with is a third-party financing company called SweetPay. What this allows us to do is we spread that 7,000 out over 12 months instead of 4. Now, the really
Mm-hmm.
cool thing about this is it's only 5% down to get started. So 5% of 7,000 is $350 plus a one-time service activation fee of $59. So on a hypothetical, today would only cost $409 to get started. Your next payment wouldn't be due for another 5.5 weeks at the end of July. And that would be about equivalent to $597 per month, which is you needing about 2 clients to make that back. Do you feel like that's something that you could commit to?
That is something that's a lot more doable. Um, Instead of waiting 5 weeks for, well, actually, yeah, I don't know how Sweet Pay works, but do they allow early payments too?
Yeah. So like literally, let's just say you get approved for something, you can always pay off earlier and have no penalties, right? The course itself is 4 months long. So let's pretend you're killing it. You're just knocking it out the park, right? Let's say after 4 months, you could pay the whole damn course off if you wanted to. Totally fine. There'd be no penalties to do so.
Okay, because I always hear like if you pay early, they like it affects your credit score and some weird stuff. So, all
Not
right.
at all here. No, we actually encourage you, if you're able to pay that off sooner, why not, right? Like the course
Yeah.
itself is, we also, guarantee that you're at 3 times your investment. So essentially what we're saying is, we put a loan in for 7,000, we know we're gonna get about 21,000 back, right? That's at minimum, that's the goal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if we're guaranteeing that, right, and we're showing you what the average individual is, we're basically saying you're going to be averaging around 4,000 to 5,000 a month. Do you feel like that's something that you would want to get started with if we can like enhance what you're currently making?
Oh, for sure.
Cool, cool. Now let me ask you one more question. How good is our credit? Is it good, bad, great, awesome, shitty? What does it look like?
I want to say it's on the fair side.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So I think that Sweet Pay will probably be our number one option. Do you have a PayPal account by any chance?
I do.
Okay, so I want us to try something else. And the reason I want to is I want to see what cards we have to play with. Okay, so it's a 50-50 shot. But what this allows us to do is we will go to paypal.com/credit. So go to that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to hit the big button that says apply. And what it does is it's like a 6-month same as cash. Let's just pretend that you get approved. You get approved either from somewhere from a couple $100 to a couple $1,000, pending, different, strategies for as far as credit goes. So I don't know if you'll get approved or not, but it's worth a shot because it might give
Oh
us.
no, I've tried. I didn't get approved.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
So,
for PayPal you have to have like 750, 800.
okay. And you said you're like right around, you said you're on the fair side of things. So like right around
Yeah, like
455.
644.
Oh, so it's worth a shot because I've seen people get approved around that. So it's worth a shot unless you've already tried it.
I did try it. That's what
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
So
They
PayPal,
said mine wasn't good enough.
no, it's totally understandable. So the Sweet Pay is going to be like your number one go-to then, because that's the one we have about a 90% acceptance rate. So pretty much high probability that you'll get approved. Now, would that be something you'd be able to like start with?
That would be the one option I would aim for sure.
Cool. Now, if we can get that approved, would you be willing to lock in today and get this thing set up?
Um, I be able to lock in when I have money,
Sure,
to be
sure.
honest.
Totally get that. Now, what do you currently have in checkings and savings? Let's kind of figure out that budget together.
It is zero. It is
Okay.
zero. I
Okay.
am
So
so sorry.
no, like Jay-Z says, zip zero stingy with De Niro. I get.
Hey, oh no.
I get you. I get you 100%. So we want to make sure that, you can afford your bills and to pursue what you're currently pursuing. So let's look at possible ways of getting resourceful. Do you think that family might help you?
That's half the reason why I don't have anything right now.
Okay, sure. So,
Yeah.
so family's already kind of supporting this. Is that right?
So I already like at the beginning of the month got a loan from my biological mother. So it made it difficult to get anything for the rest of the month.
Makes sense.
So once I tapped out, I'm out until school gives me financial money.
Yep. And you said that's like right around,
It should be exactly July 6th.
July 6th. Okay. So we're only like what, a few weeks away?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be something that at July 6th, do you feel like you're ready to make this happen for you and your family?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Now,
for
in the
sure.
meantime, you do have a couple other options you could think of, and I want you to try this out.
Mhm.
If you have a bank, ask a bank for a personal loan. That's a great option. Now, write this down. If you're going to ask a bank for a personal loan, ask for the 6,200, not the 7,000, because we'd save you $800 if we get this paid in full. Okay.
Mhm.
Then you can pay your bank off in much smaller installments. So try that out. Call your bank tomorrow. See if you get approved for a personal loan.
All right.
Try that out. And then in the meantime, like obviously there's things that you you don't want, you could either sell or maybe Uber. There's just different options. Chad used to recycle cans to get his first mentor, and now Chad's a 7-figure earner, right? So it doesn't matter where you start, it's where you're willing to see yourself. Leaders take
Right.
action based upon where they see themselves, not where their current circumstances is at. Cool.
Yeah. I'm just
Now,
writing down. I'm just writing down what you're saying.
no, 100%. Is there any questions that you have for me that you need additional clarification on or anything?
The training while in the main base of the 10K accelerator program.
Mhm.
One of the first like steps or months is like shooting the business out there already. Is that gonna conflict with the fact that I'm in the process of getting the certification?
Not at all. Now, are you gonna advertise that you're not certified? No, right?
Okay.
But the premise behind this is we want to build you business. I'd rather you feel overwhelmed with people coming in and starting your certification versus you have the certification but you got no one coming in, right? Because the main focal point is to teach you how to build your business. So you're doing both at the same time. So that will not conflict at all. Actually, you'll probably feel more confident because as you learn, you're also growing, right? So as you learn new techniques and different strategies, you can implement it with those brand new clients, right? So again, it kind of pairs itself very nicely, and you're only going to be spending roughly about 2 weeks on that certification. Does that make sense?
Oh, I thought it would take longer to get certified.
No,
Okay.
we're gonna, especially for the online platform. Now, if you ever want to go back and get continuing education credits through like an ACE, an ASMA, an ISA, totally can. But I'd rather you get certified through something that's actually going to show you how to build the business first. I know a lot of individuals who have a certification, but they're awful trainers or they're not businessmen, right? I'd rather,
Yes, I've seen it. I have seen it. I've seen it.
yeah, I'd rather
Like,
you be
why
an
is the form so bad?
yeah, I'd rather you be an expert businesswoman and a great trainer versus you just having all these qualifications but not know what to do with it, right?
Mm,
We want to put you in a predicament to where you're actually obtaining business and getting a larger return of investment versus just sitting, right?
yeah, for sure. For
Cool.
sure.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over, like, I don't know if I did it already. Did I send you over the how to get started mini course? Let me double check.
Let me check on my, oh, this thing is bright. Um, I don't think so. I'm looking at this right now.
Yeah, no problem. I'll actually send that over to you now because I want you to leave here in the mindset that you joined today, that you are an actual NLCA student. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I got it.
I'm sending it over to you right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to go here. I'm going to put startup mini course. Boom. Sent. Okay. So this is going to be your homework. I want you to start diving into this. Okay. And then today is the 18th. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to reach out to you by the end of the week and see where you're at. So we better have some progressions made. Cool.
Cool, cool, cool.
So then let's go ahead and set something up for you. Said July 6th is going to be a good time for you to get rolling, right?
Yes, it
Okay.
should be.
So I'm
If
going
there's no
to reach
chaos
out.
with my school.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach
Yeah.
out to you once every couple of weeks, and we're just gonna kind of figure out where you're at with those courses. I'll keep on sending you some resources to keep us on track, and then we'll figure out a time where we can like get you locked in and get you going. Cool.
Yep.
All right, my friend. That message that I sent you is from my phone number. If you have any questions or concerns, shoot me a message. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I greatly appreciate your time today. I'm excited for you.
Thank you so much.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye bye.